Hello, sports fans. I want to welcome everyone to another edition of Sportsmemo's Pro Football Forecast. I'm your host, world champion handicapper, Las Vegas's biggest daily sports bettor, Joe D'Amico. No, sports fans, you're going to receive a ton, and I mean a ton, of free winners from some of Sportsmemo's documented winning handicappers. Providing today's winners, Mr. Jesse Schule, Mr. Ross Benjamin, myself, Joe D'Amico. During the show, you're going to see a discount. Scroll across the bottom of your screen. There goes that sucker now, guys. Take advantage of that discount. Today's offer is certainly in the spirit of the season of giving. Let's finish off 2021 with a bang. We know that December can be a frantic month, so we're offering the rest of the calendar year special until Monday football kicks off. Get every NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, college basketball, and all other sports from your favorite handicapper through December 31st for only $189. Let's have a great ending to 2021. And sports fans, if you like what you hear, like and follow the Sports Memo YouTube channel and our Twitter pages. Guys, we're going to jump right into it. We have a ton of free NFL winners for you. We're going to go into right now one of the hottest guys in the world. He's on the leaderboards over at Sports Memo. I call him the body. You know him as Jesse Schule. Jesse has his first NFL free winner. Jesse, tell us what you got. NFL free, please.
Well, Joe, I'm looking at the total in the Kansas City-Denver game. People might have noticed that Kansas City's turned their season around. They've won 4 straight. Their defense has allowed an average of less than 12 points during that span. And I'm not really hearing a lot of people talking about the fact that Patrick Mahomes is not lighting it up as you would expect him to. If you look at his last 5 starts, he had 0 touchdowns and an interception against Dallas. He did throw for 5 touchdowns against a poor Las Vegas team, but 1 touchdown against Green Bay, 1 touchdown against the Giants, and no touchdowns against Tennessee. So that's 4 of his last 5 games where 1 or fewer touchdowns. Denver's defense, Denver has the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. Amazing that they're not better given that they play so well defensively. But they have won 3 of their last 4. They've allowed 13 points per game in those wins. The weather could be a factor here in a cold and windy day in Kansas City. The Broncos have gone under in 5 straight. The under is 5-1 in their last 6 on the road. And the under is 5-1 in the last 6 head-to-head meetings between these two teams. The under is 11-3-1 in the Chiefs' last 15 coming off a bye week. Everything is pointing at a low-scoring game here.
There you go. Mr. Jesse Schule, guys, telling you take the under in the Broncos Chiefs. Guys, you got to listen to him. He's on multiple sports leaderboards. Well, let him tell you what he's got on the premium side this weekend because he's doing some great work over at Sports Memo. Premium side, Jesse, what you got?
Well, of course, I'm going to have NFL and college football this weekend. Coming off a huge November, so December is expected to be even better. Just before this show, I was watching Manchester United defeat Arsenal, and I have an amazing record with soccer, not just this season, but previous seasons. CFL is another sport I like to handicap. I haven't lost a CFL bet in almost 2 months on a nice 6-0 run with CFL, and there's only a couple games left in the CFL season. I plan on hitting those pretty hard as well.
There you go. Mr. Jesse Schule. Guys, take advantage of that discount you're being offered by the wonderful folks over at Sports Memo. That is a great discount. Go over to Sports Memo. Get Jesse the rest of the year through December 31st, just $189. We're going to go from one perennial leaderboard handicapper to another. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. Guys, this is Mr. Ross Benjamin. He's going to tell you his first NFL free winner. Ross.
I'm telling you, Joe, looking at you with that tassel on, Santa Claus takes on a whole new meaning to me. So anyway, we're going to look at the New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins game on Sunday. And Miami currently is a 4-point favorite. Now, this line opened at 2.5, folks, and it moved rather quickly to 4 once there was a question mark about the status of Daniel Jones, the quarterback of the Giants. Then he was officially announced as he won't play. In walks Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon at one time was a very coveted NFL quarterback, and you could do a lot worse than him as a backup. So the Giants will go with Mike Glennon, and Miami, a team that started 1-7, has reeled off 4 straight wins and covers in a row. So let's keep things into perspective. Yes, they are hot right now, but this is also a team that started 1-7. And I know for a fact, we're seeing it already. There's going to be a lot of bandwagon Miami Dolphins bettors this week based on the fact they're playing the lowly Giants, or perceived as the lowly Giants, and they're on a nice ATS run right now. However, this is a Giants team. I don't know if a lot of people realize since 2019, they've done awfully well as a road dog. Specifically speaking, 13-5 against the spread as a road dog, and 7-2 against the spread as a road dog of 7 or less. The Giants also since 2019 have gone 13-4 against the spread when facing an opponent that currently has a losing record like the Miami Dolphins do. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Joe, and take the New York Giants. Plus the 4 at Miami. I wouldn't be shocked to see an outright upset here, but we certainly won't get greedy and take the points.
There you go. Mr. Ross Benjamin telling you to take the New York Football Giants. Sports fans, Ross is doing some amazing work over at Sports Memo. I'm going to let him tell you why you need to use that discount, take advantage of it, and go over this weekend to buy his premium plays. Ross.
Well, if you're a buyer out there that likes to follow hot handicappers, that would be me right now. As a matter of fact, I've won 10 straight days in a row. Over that course of time, I've gone 25-9. That includes a 5-1 Sunday in the NFL. And then Monday night, I cashed in on the Washington and Seattle game going under. All these great discounts, folks, with a record like that. No excuses. You got to jump in because those who have followed me for years know when I start this kind of run, it usually goes for 2 or 3 months. So you're still in the beginning stages. You missed a little bit of money earned, but there's a lot more to be had over the next month or two. Again, folks, 8-2 with my last 10 in the NFL, 25-9 with my last 34 picks, which includes 10 straight winning days in a row.
There you go, Mr. Ross Benjamin. Not only does he have the best hair on the panel, he's one of the hottest handicappers on the planet. Guys, there's a game I want to tell you about. Short and sweet. That's me, and that's what this analysis is going to be. I know Ross is going to laugh, but it is short, this one, Ross, I promise. We're going to talk about the Eagles, guys. Philly, my friends, believe it or not, they're just a half game out of the final wildcard spot in the NFC. The Jets, guys, the only thing the team is showing up for. You know what it's for? To give quarterback Zach Wilson some playing time following that month-long hiatus he just came off of. Couldn't help myself, Zach. Forgive me. Guys, you don't have to love the Eagles here as much as you have to hate the Jets. New York hasn't won back-to-back games since a few opponents pulled their starters late last December. Wilson, guys, he's in for a very long day trying to shake off the rust against the ever-improving Philly pass rush. But the biggest mismatch I feel on paper and on a gridiron is between the Eagles, number one ranked rushing offense, and the Jets' 27th ranked run defense. Jalen Hurts, who it looks like he's going to play here, folks. It looks like it as of taping. He's going to put up his best numbers of the campaign, both in the air and where else? On the ground, as he lines up against the NFL's worst scoring defense. Going back a ways, Philly 5-0, both straight up and against the spread in this series. Take the Eagles here. Now, I want to tell you, I see quite a few 6.5s around. I see a few 7s. I wouldn't be surprised if this game closed 7.5. I really wouldn't. Try to get that 6.5. Listen to me. Listen to Smokey Robinson's mama. Shop around. Always shop a number until it gives you the advantage and the value that puts you on the right side of it. Take the Eagles. Guys, this is the point in the show. Oh, by the way, let me just tell you, sports fans, the last 3 weeks, 7-0, Joe D, your host. Ho, ho, ho. 7-0 with my 10 and 5 unit plays right here at Sports Memo. 17-4 this football season overall on my big game releases, 5 and 10 unit releases this week. And I have several big game releases over at Sports Memo. I'm going to have a 5, maybe a 10. I'm going to tell you right now, you follow those big games, you'll follow me to the bank. Use that discount you see scrolling across. You'll have my college football, my pro football, my college basketball, my NBA straight through the new year. And I'll tell you right now, you can afford anything you want this Christmas. And by tax season, wow, you'll laugh at what the tax man sends you. Guys, this is the point in the show that I tell you about Wise Guy Moves from my good friends over at the Superbook at the Westgate, my favorite place to watch and bet a game. They wanted me to make you aware of one game in the NFL card that is moving. They expect it to go up higher. The Bengals 2.5 up to 3. Now, they are hesitant to move this off the 3. As you guys know, then the wise guys come and they hit the other side. But they expect this game to probably go to 3 minus $1.20, possibly 3.5. So, tell you right now, Bengals, wise guy move. Don't go anywhere. We have another round of free winners from the best-looking panel in sports handicapping today at the most exciting website. I'm dressed like Santa. You know why? Because we want to give you the gift of winners before Christmas arrives, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. We want to be what you want for Christmas for this holiday season, guys. Let's go back in. Let's bring them in, man. I love them. You love them. The body, Mr. Jesse Schule, with his second free NFL winner. Jesse.
Well, Joe, to say that the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers are trending in opposite directions would be an understatement of epic proportions. Seattle has lost 6 of their last 7. San Francisco has won 3 straight and 4 of their last 5. The Seahawks are 1-4 at home. San Francisco is 4-1 on the road. And all of a sudden, Jimmy G is playing quite well. Garoppolo is on a bit of a roll with 7 touchdowns and just 2 picks in his last 4 starts. You can't say the same for Russell Wilson since coming back from injury. He's been struggling. Last week at Washington on Monday night, his top target, DK Metcalf, had only one reception. He's been banged up. He's limited in practice this week, and he comes in with a questionable designation for this week's game. Seattle's bend but don't break defense, it's not really doing the trick. I mean, they give up a ton of yards, the second most in the NFL. They don't give up a ton of points, but that's not winning them games. And bend but don't break. I mean, let's talk about a science experiment for a little bit. You go into your closet, you take a metal coat hanger. I'm telling you right now, bend it. Yeah, maybe it won't break. Keep bending it, see what happens. It'll break. That's what's happening to Seattle. That's what's happening to Pete Carroll's coaching. That's what's happening this week when they play at home against San Francisco. They're going to break. So take the 49ers.
There you go. Mr. Jesse Schule telling you to take the 49ers with his second free game. Guys, don't go nowhere. We got the Pioneer coming up. The man, the myth, the legend. I love him. You love him. Ross Benjamin has another free NFL winner for everybody. Ross.
Geez, all that yelling and screaming, Joe. No wonder I got to lay down every time I'm done with a show. I'm mentally exhausted. Anyway, Arizona at Chicago. Look, Arizona is very good. Chicago stinks. Guess what? I'm taking a team that stinks. I always love taking games like this because I know I'm going to get a lot of feedback from the viewers to say I'm crazy. And that's okay because I am. Anyway, Chicago ended a 5-game losing streak last week when they when they won at Detroit 16-14. They're now 4-7 on the year. And guess what, folks? They're just 1 game out of the final wild card spot in the NFC. And remember last year, they qualified at 8-8. I'm not trying to say that that's going to happen again, but just saying. Now, here's the thing. They outgained the Lions last week, 378-239. And you're going to say, big deal. Everybody does that against Detroit. Well, their last 3 games, they've outgained every opponent they played. In addition to, their defense has held those 3 opponents to less than 300 yards. So when your defense is playing very well and you're getting better than a touchdown at home, that presents a little bit of value in my estimation. Now, the line is currently 7.5. And today, they made it official. Kyler Murray will play, as well as DeAndre Hopkins. So this line I could see possibly going up to 8, 8.5, and maybe even 9. In Arizona, by the way, 6-0 straight up in ATS on the road this year. How can you go against them, Russ? Well, Chicago, as a home underdog since 2016, a home underdog of 4.5 or greater, I should say, 6-2 against the spread. I just think this game will be much more interesting than many of you out there will think. I think that Chicago will be competitive throughout, and they'll stay in this game. And you're going to be going against public betting here, and that's okay with me because I foresee close to 70% of the action being on Arizona here, especially with the reemergence of Hopkins and Murray. So I'm taking hold your nose, folks. I'm taking the Chicago Bears plus 7.5 against the Arizona Cardinals.
There you go. Sports fans, the decades of insight that you're getting from Ross Benjamin, it's just amazing, and it's priceless. He's been around for decades making people money. And by the way, I agree with you 100%, Russ. It's not who wins, it's who covers. And that line is offers the sports bettor a lot of value. And by the way, Jesse, just to let you know, I want to tell you, I'll bring you guys up before I give my last preview. Just to let you know, I agree with you, Russ, 100%. And Jesse, I agree with you on your San Francisco play. But what you didn't touch on, Jesse, was the unfair advantage Jimmy Garoppolo has over many other people. He was born Italian. Therefore, he's greater than everybody else. Sports fans, I got another free winner for you I want to talk about. I love this game, guys. Now, I'm going to make a preemptive strike here. And Ross, I know you're going to laugh. Don't get mad at me, please. Please, I'm going to make a courtesy disclaimer. If you're a Bills fan, this would be an ideal time to take a bathroom break, guys. The Bills are a very good team, but they're not a great team. At least not yet. Now, I've had them a few times on this show, and we've done well with them. It's about situations, guys. The staff, to me, I'm not crazy about the coaching staff, not crazy about the quarterback. The staff has made some poor late-game decisions, and Allen, physically, a talent. I'm not going to argue that. Guys, he's a lunkhead. He's a lunkhead. He takes too many unnecessary chances. Bill Belichick and his coaching staff knows this, and they're going to throw a lot of different schemes at him, shake him up, and force turnovers. The Patriots D, number one in the NFL, allowing just 15.8 points per game, and just as importantly, 25 takeaways. Mac Jones, guys, is not a lunkhead. Apparently, you get a much better education in Alabama than you do in Wyoming, sports fans. Guys, every game he matures more and more, and he has the confidence of 6 straight wins. And for us bettors, we have the confidence of 6 straight covers, guys. Not only that, but New England also has the luxury of an ever-improving running game to keep Buffalo defense very honest. The Patriots are 4-0 the last 4 versus AFC opponents, while the Bills 1-3-1 the last 5 versus AFC foes, guys. I like New England outright here, but I'll take the 2.5. I'm going to err on the side of caution. Guys, I want to talk, before I give out another rundown, I'll have a couple of announcements, a rundown of everybody's games. Sports fans, we would love it if you followed the Sports Memo YouTube channel. It's 100% free. It takes 2 seconds. Also, follow our Twitter page, guys. Like, comment, share our posts. Please let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't. We want to keep coming back to you, giving you more free winners. Guys, we want to make you happy. Also, today's offer, it is big. Ride your favorite capper, the best-looking trio in the history of sports betting. Ross, Jesse, myself, or any of the cappers over at Sports Memo, guys. We know that December can be a frantic month, so we're offering the rest of the year calendar special until Monday football kicks off. Get every NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, college basketball, and all the other sports from your favorite capper through December 31st, only $189. Guys, Ross, Jesse, myself, some of the other great cappers over at Sports Memo. This will pay for itself in a few days if you're a $20 bettor. In the first few hours, if you're a nickel bettor. Guys, follow us. It'll be the best new year you ever had. I want to run down the games real quick. My dear friend Jesse Schule told everybody take the Broncos Chiefs under 47. He also said take the San Francisco 49ers. He said it's going to be a biggie. All right, Jimmy G, Italian though, Jesse. It's unfair. It's unfair. My good friend Ross Benjamin, the Pioneer, he says the New York Football Giants plus the 4 and the Chicago Bears plus the 7.5. Watch out for them. They're going to make a playoff run. Joey D, the Eagles minus 6.5. That game's going to get ugly. The Patriots plus 2.5. I like them on the money line, but take the 2.5, guys. Guys, I can't believe we came and went so quickly. I want to thank Sports Memo, your one-stop shop for all your sports betting needs. Our wonderful panel of experts, and most of all, I want to thank you, the viewers, because without you, we wouldn't be here. Keep coming back. We're going to keep making you happy. Guys, on behalf of Sports Memo, Jesse Schule, Ross Benjamin, I'm Joe D'Amico. Good luck. Have a winning day.